everyone, this is Rashi and welcome back to the Reading Platter. And in today's video, we are going to do spin the wheel book recommendations again. And this is one video that I really love doing, so it will be fun and we'll have fun. I don't know how many spins I'll do, but I'll added a lot of genres in this. I have added historical fiction, classic children's literature, magical realism as well, and there are some that I really don't know if I have recommendations for, like sci-fi and non-fiction and humor as well, to be honest. But we'll see, we'll spin it again if I don't have any recommendations. So there are a lot of genres. I will put a picture of the wheel here so you can check it, here or here, and you can check it. And yes, I don't know how many rolls I'll do, spins I'll do, but I'll like minimum I'll do like 5. They can exceed as well. You'll have to see, you have to watch the video. So without thinking anything, I have my recommendations open here, so let's spin the wheel. Okay, let me pull up the volume and let's spin. I don't have a non-fiction recommendation right now. I have already recommended a lot of non-fiction books that I have read. I haven't read any non-fiction this year, so I don't think I have any non-fiction recommendation. I need to read one non-fiction book this month, but I haven't read it yet. So let's hide this slide. Where is it? Okay, we have, yes, the slide is hidden, and let's spin again. Horror. Okay, horror. Let me check. Okay, so I don't really have any horror book recommendations. But I am currently reading it by Stephen King, and I am 30% in the book, and I can recommend it because it is really nice and I'm enjoying it so much. Like, it is horror, it is giving me goosebumps, and I just can't even imagine the things that have already happened in the book. Like, maybe you have watched it, the movie, but the book is even more terrifying. So that is perfect for horror. But I haven't completed the book, but I'll definitely recommend it by Stephen King because I'm reading it currently and I cannot stop reading it, and it's fun. So let's hide this slide and we'll spin again. Okay, the slide is hidden, and third spin. Middle grade. I have a lot of middle grade books that I can recommend. Let me pick one of the best. Okay, so there is a book that I have read this month. I have just completed it, and that is A Question of Magic by E.D. Baker. And I'll talk about in my wrap up, like about this book in my wrap up. But this book is really interesting from the very first chapter. And the first chapter, it was like most of the story, I mean the first chapter was something that is very common in most adventure books, but the way it was written, the flow of words, the imagination, it was completely different, and the chaos there was, it was so much fun to read. So definitely A Question of Magic by E.D. Baker, definitely recommended. And if you want to know more about this book, you have to wait for my wrap-up video, but I can tell you that you will definitely enjoy this book. So let's roll for third book, and we'll hide the slide and we'll roll. mystery, one of my favorites, and I have a few that I want to recommend. Let me choose one. So the best book that I found that you can read is The Guest List by Lucy Foley. I listened to the audiobook for this one and it was mind-blowing. Like, it was just, I mean, it was such a thriller mystery. I mean, I just love this so much. It was so interesting, so intriguing. The writing style was so good. The narrator obviously made the book even better. And I mean, the storyline and the things that happened, I mean, the flow of the adventures, I mean, I have no words to explain how shocked I was. It was my first Lucy Foley book and I am a fan. I am a literal fan. And definitely recommended if you want a, chilling mystery adventure book. Definitely recommended. So let's hide the slide and let's spin for the fourth book. Magical Realism, and I know what I want to recommend. I know, let me check if that is Magical Realism. Yes, that is, and that is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, and I read it in January. I loved it so much. I really want to read the next book in the series. I mean, it was fun. Like, it is inspired by Harry Potter and there are a lot of same things. The setting is mostly the same. The number of characters is same. There is one enemy, but the supernatural powers, the magical powers that they have are different. And like the prologue or the first chapter, like the way the things were just unfolded, they're not unfolded yet, but the way they were represented, I mean, I was shivering, to be honest. And like, you could feel the magic, like it is real and it is happening, and it was just a very nice experience with the book, with the characters, and definitely recommend it. So this was one Magical Realism, and let's hide this one and spin for the fifth book. Classic. I have a lot of classics, but the one that I want to recommend is Dr. Faustus. I don't remember the name of the author. Wait a minute. Dr. Faustus by Christopher Marlowe. This is one of the books that I read for my first year masters, and like, I was so surprised. I do not like classics that much, but this was the classic I fell in love with, to be honest. And it was short. The language is a bit difficult. It's a classic, so language is a bit difficult, but the story is just so nice. Like, if you have read The Adventures of Addie, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, then it gives similar vibes, but it's not similar in any sense, but it does give similar vibes, but it is completely different. And it is like, if I have to choose between these two books, I'll definitely choose Dr. Faustus, because one, it is shorter, and secondly, it is the first classic that I fell in love with. So definitely gonna pick this one. Even though the other one, okay, we are not talking about Addie LaRue here, but for classic, Dr. Faustus, it's an adventure, a thriller classic, and I was so happy and I was so shocked that is it really a part of our education or is it just for fun? It was so good, and I was really shocked that I can love a classic that much. So let's do one more spin, shall we? Okay, let's do one more spin. Okay, spin. LGBTQ, Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. I really don't have to think about it. No, there are a lot of books that I can recommend for LGBTQ. I am reading a lot of LGBTQ books right now because their stories are just so sweet. And now that I'm talking about it, I can think of a lot of books that I can recommend. But I will be recommending Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. And I have read all the volumes that are out till now. And the last volume is going to be out this year and I cannot wait for it. So it is such a sweet story. It is about two guys and one of them is a rugby player, and the other one is a shy sweet guy, and who deals with a lot of people because he is from the LGBTQ community. But they find each other, they love each other. It's just it's cool, it's super romantic, it's super sweet, and you will love it definitely. So do give it a try. It's a graphic novel, easy to read, and it's not that long. It is just you can, if you're a non-reader, you can complete it in like 1.5 or 2 hours if you keep reading it, or like one day. It is just very simple and sweet. Definitely recommend it. And let's do our last spin because 7 is my lucky number, so we'll do 7 spins. And last spin. Why a fantasy? There are a lot of YA fantasies that I can recommend, but recently I have not read a lot of YA that are good. Let's spin for the 7th book again. Children's literature, that's a simple one. Children's literature, a good one. So one of the children's literature I read last year for a vlog was Yertle the Turtle by Dr. Seuss, and I really loved it. And Yertle the Turtle is a short story from that book, and there are a lot of other stories as well. So Yertle the Turtle was the book that I read for the vlog, and the vlog was for reading Friends book, the books recommended in the Friends series, and it was very nice and very fun to read. You'll think that children's literature is not for adults, but I did enjoy it a lot. And it is a classic as well, but the language is very simple. It is definitely made for children. You can definitely enjoy it, and it's one book that I really loved. Of course, the best story out of those 4 to 5 stories was Yertle the Turtle, because it was nice, sweet, and comical, and definitely recommended. If you want something short and something to laugh on, something to smile on, you can definitely read this. And yeah, this was it for today's video. I hope you got some recommendations. I know I skipped some genres, but maybe I'll be able to recommend more books in the future. I'm working on that and I'm reading a lot, so Maybe I can do better. And yeah, this was it for today's video, and we'll meet in the next one.